you saying?
They're talking now. They're hoping that Netflix might pick it up like it did Longmire, or they're hoping that Sci-Fi might pick it up.
If Sci-Fi could do it,
They
could do it. If Netflix didn't,
and I heard that they might change the title to Hellblazer, which is the comic that Constantine comes from.
Yeah. Okay.
That would work.
And if Sci-Fi picks it up, they can. It doesn't have the restraints that NBC gives a TV show.
Yeah, they can.
Because remember, NBC didn't want him smoking. NBC didn't want him discussing his bisexual side.
Yeah, because he's not.
But then again, the producers had a kind of point when they said, well, in the comics, they didn't touch the bisexuality until 20 years into the comic.
Right.
So,
True. But it's still like the essence of the character. Like, I think they're limiting what he could be if he was on another site. They could go the distance that it needs. They need to have that edge. And I think like being on that channel is maybe limiting them. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting because I want it to do well. I always want them to do well. I want come on. We've been waiting how long for these things to be live actions? How long have we been waiting for this to be mainstream?
You remember the size of that poster they had?
Poster? Oh my gosh.
At Comic-Con?
Yeah.
That must have cost them $1 million.
Seriously though. It was huge. It was over the whole thing, the whole room. Oh,
and they spent a lot of money on it. For it not to go anywhere.
And there's so many.
I think it might be the flood of the market, though, to be honest. I really think it might be the flood of the market. They threw that out there. You know what? They threw a lower name, too. Like, these names, like Green Arrow, even if you're not, like, a comic book person or whatever, you might have heard it before, once in a while. Or Daredevil. Yeah, everyone has heard of that before. But, like, Constantine, people are kind of like, what is this? Were you talking about angels and stuff now? Like, where are we going?
But yes, that was already on TV with Supernatural and Grimm and
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, there's a flood of that market too. Yeah. So it's like they went in and they had all the superhero and all of the supernatural stuff going on, and it's kind of like,
I think they should just do a film.
Again, with the other John, the zombie. Where was that? Zombie Nation? Where is it?
Oh, Z Nation.
Yeah.
Where's Zombieland was supposed to be a TV series. I'm still waiting on it.
Zombieland would be great because it's the comedic approach to the apocalypse, and if they did that, that would be. I would watch that more than I'm wanting to watch iZombie. I have no interest in that. It doesn't. Nothing makes me want to do that. But if they're like, oh, Zombieland like TV show, I'm like going in there. This is gonna be funny as all heck. There's got to be ridiculous stuff going on. So I don't know.
Watch.
Yeah, I couldn't even.
Watch it.
I watched like the first like a little bit of it, and I was like, this girl, I can't even with this girl, like that. So.
And it's not that she was a bad actress. It's just the material.
I just can't. Like, I don't have words. Ugh.
Yeah. In fact, I would like to say, on the behalf of all the actors, I think they did the best they could with what was written.
All right, yeah. I definitely blame the writers most of the time.
Yeah.
Directors, too. And speaking about blaming directors, what's up with that Fantastic Four movie? That was a quick shave.
It's not the Fantastic Four.
Have you guys seen the thing? They released a picture of Ben Grimm.
I'm about to look at it right now.
You know what he looks like? He looks like Clayface from Batman.
Oh, I did see. Yeah. Yeah. What?
The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm liking the first two Fantastic Four movies that everybody ranked on, the Jessica Alba ones.
Oh, yeah.
The first one was all right.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. The first one was not bad.
No, I mean, it's more than the second movie.
But the Silver Surfer, like, that's just not...
The Silver Surfer, they went and got political on it. You know?
That's what I'm saying. It's just
I mean,
not the show.
you know, leave it out. I mean, you know, they were comparing the punishment of the Silver Surfer to the waterboarding that was going on. And like, seriously, you got the surfboarding Silver Surfer, you're comparing him to waterboarding. That was his punishment. And the biggest complaint about that movie was you spent all this money on Silver Surfer and you made Galactus a cloud. I mean, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody wanted to see a guy in that getup. You know, that's what we were used to. And that was just one change. Well, they made all these changes to this Fantastic Four new show. I don't know. It's not the guys I know.
I'm nervous for the cast because all of these like actors come from various different types of roles. And like, you know what I mean?
Whatever roles they can get, basically.
Yeah, and these like I don't know, they're these young kids, like the main girl, she's the chick from House of Cards. She's in a drama. She's the reporter, and she's playing in the action movie. How is that going to be an action movie? This is not going to be an action movie.
Well, everyone in Hollywood wants, like, as far as they all want a piece of the sci-fi. They all want a piece of the superhero. So they're all trying to align themselves. I mean, all the way down to Will Smith's kids, all up for roles in these kind of things.
Well, because they know now that's what the money is.
The money is, right?
They know they'll go to the conventions. They'll know they'll charge people $80 a pop, and they'll pay it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But I think that it's not even just that. Like, I think it's more to that in this case because they're from everywhere. These actors are not. I just don't know how they're going to make this a superhero movie. This is supposed to be a superhero movie, and if it isn't, how they're not going to get all of that. I don't see it.
That's an important part of what we're talking about because, like, if they're just doing it for the money, they're not going to bring it to the character.
Right.
You know, they don't really care about the character. Remember what I told the guy playing the Fantastic Four, the two guys, Miles Teller's playing Reed Richards. He called Reed Richards just some gummy guy. Man, then you don't know the character, okay? And then Michael Jordan saying, "Oh, you're gonna watch the movie anyway." You know, really, this is the way you talk to the fans? Really? You know, it's not like guys who was like, I know it's way back, but like a guy like Clayton Moore played the Lone Ranger. He would show up dressed as the Lone Ranger. I mean, they were living the part, man. They weren't there to boost their ego or hey, yeah, I'm playing this guy. Come see me.
Yeah. Also, I heard about the guy who plays the new Amazing Spiderman. Like he was at San Diego Comic-Con like when it came out as Spider-Man, just chilling, like walking around when the first one came out, when that movie came out.
Is it the new Black Spider-Man?
No, the movie, the Amazing Spider-Man movie, the first one when it came out.
Oh, the first.
Garfield, yeah, he went to like the Comic-Cons dressed as Spider-Man and like with the mask on, and like when he finally took it off, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, what?"
But there is walking around Black Spider-Man, right?
Not the movie, not a show. In the comic, right?
No, I mean in movie.
Saw some. Google that real quick.
All right, I'm googling.
I just saw it 2 days ago. They're going with Peter Parker. They're not going with Miles.
Kevin Feige confirms Peter Parker.
Yeah, they were debating if they're going to do the Peter Parker or the Hispanic version, or was he black? I don't remember anymore. But they went Peter Parker.
I'm glad they're going with Peter Parker because that means Peter Parker is going to be in the Avengers, so that's exciting for me. Just because, I just hope that they find a guy who can keep that like lighthearted, comedic attitude of Spider-Man. He's playful.
I was just saying that he had a funny side to him, and
he's playful. Yeah.
Well, that was the same thing with Captain Marvel. Billy Batson was like that. He's a kid, an orphan, and he's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
Still, and that was a good thing for a kid reading the comic. Hey, no matter how bad things go for you, stick to who you are.
You sure?
It says, 21 hours ago.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, there's a poster with Jaden Smith as Black Spider-Man too.
Stop.
You gotta be careful of these false.
Yeah, people like to Photoshop on Tumblr. Yeah,
it's really.
I can't believe pictures anymore. Like, I've seen
If,
so
you know,
much.
I've been talking with some reporter buddies of mine now that I'm getting into the business, and they gave me a whole list of fake sites. So if you want, I'll give it to you guys. No, seriously,
It's
there's
so
just
hard
much.
to know. It really is. Some people like
Yeah.
to put stuff together to start rumors, and then you have to know that this is just like a site that
PR
people
thing.
do that. Yeah, people just do it. It's frustrating though, because like, how are we supposed to really know what the news is, and how, like, I don't know. It's just. Ugh.
Evil twisted.
Yeah, just.
I'm better.
I get so mad. I get so mad. I don't know. This Fantastic Four, I'm debating if I even want to see it.
I'm not.
On the that the gentleman made, I'm not watching it.
I don't. I'll wait.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
Yeah, you know how serious I am about that. Say a good friend of mine is a good friend of the director. I ain't seeing it.
Right.
I'm not gonna see
I'm
it.
just not doing it. I'm not giving my money. You're gonna disrespect the fans, the actors? No. You're gonna change the story. What am I gonna see it for?
It's not. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna make it like. It seems like it's gonna be this sci-fi like aliens. Like, you know what I mean? Like they go to. It's just the way they have it set up.
FF have always dealt with aliens. I mean,
Well, yeah, but I mean,
all that.
the
But
aliens
even the origin,
show, like
the origin's different. I mean, everything's different.
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. It's
And
just
I understand, they're doing new. I understand what the comic book companies are doing. Okay, they want every generation, childhood, to have their memories of, the characters. Okay,
no. That is an excuse to change the character.
No, I agree with you, but I said I understand I understand their thing.
Sure.
And I understand like Seven had once said. Remember that comment he said to for a writer to have to like take into effect 50 years of history. It's difficult,
Right.
Well, like Darryl Brown also said, and I agree with Seven, and I agree with Darryl. You're a writer. Do your research.
Do your
You know?
research, and you don't even need to. Yeah.
If you don't do it, then you're a lazy writer. If you're a lazy writer, you're no good writer.
Yeah.
Because you're going to end up copying each other. And we've seen that with a lot of shows. A clone of a clone of a clone is weak.
I mean, what frustrates me, it's not even like they need to do this whole 20-year research type thing. You know what I mean? Like go through every single thing, but like.
Oh, Wikipedia, they listed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's like key things that they really forget. Like, Batman's a detective. Why don't we add a detective aspect to Batman? Detective comics. Like,
that's what's missing. That's what the DC fans are yelling about on Facebook.
How do you mess that up?
They turned Batman into a brute, a thug. I mean, he just goes on beating.
I was just talking about this with somebody the other day.
Yeah, no, it's the truth.
Yeah.
One of the best things about Batman was he was a detective. The world's greatest detective. They don't even put that in the comic book anymore.
I mean,
even that title anymore.
It's like after they did the movie, like the movies, and they took away like the slow, like, oh, he analyzes the bullet in the wall and this stuff, but that was like the one scene he ever did anything detective like I'm just sitting here trying to think what else. Oh, he made some calls and he looked around and did some sonar stuff and infiltrated. Like that's not no.
That reminds me, this week there was a poll and they said which is the greatest superhero movie of all time.
Right.
And there were brackets and they were going up against each other, and the final two was Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man
versus
Christopher Reeve's Superman. Christopher Reeve won.
Wow.
To this day, no CGI. Remember, he was wrapped up with wires and flying around. It still remains the greatest superhero movie ever done.
Great job.
Okay, superhero movie ever done? Yes. Yeah, I would agree. I didn't realize that was I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, greatest superhero? Like, are we talking actor, character? Are we talking movie? Movie? Yeah. But no.
Because they stayed closest to the character.
Yeah. But again, that's what the fans wanted.
That's all we want. People want to try to do this whole...
And they're steering us off. No, we're doing something new, fresh. What? No, the fans got you here. Do that. And with Christopher Reeve's Superman, I was just getting back to what you were saying, how Batman, the world greatest detective, now folks saying that. He was the greatest Superman, yes. Not the greatest Clark Kent, though. We never saw him do anything as Clark Kent.
Not really.
Like,
He didn't solve one case as Clark Kent.
I think no one, like, the development of Clark Kent, I just can't with Man of Steel. How about I just say that? I just can't with Man